One of the most iconic locations in vanilla World of Warcraft is the Ironforge Airfield. This place is one of the many across Azeroth that serves as a bit of decoration for players to look at as they are on a flight path. But many players like to come up here themselves to explore it, and it is surprisingly easy to do so. There are a few ways up, but the one that I like to do is to come to the northwestern corner of Loch Modan, right next to the tunnel that leads to Dun Morogh, and make a slightly tricky jump up the cliff here. After you make that jump, you can simply and very easily climb up the mountain and just run over to the airfield, where there are a ton of fun details up here with the airstrip itself, all the different buildings, a bunch of NPCs, some frost trolls, and just a bunch of tiny little details that really just makes this place super cool. It's fun to have a random area of the world that you aren't necessarily ever supposed to explore be so full of details. From the airfield, you can also explore other areas around the mountain and can find some fun things. But the other big area here is the Dwarven Farm, which is nestled in the cliffside between Ironforge Mountain and the Wetlands. Just like the airfield, this place is something beautiful to look at while you are flying. But just like the airfield, you can explore it as you can just carefully drop down here from the airfield. Having slow fall is definitely nice. Where there are a bunch of NPCs around here, as well as a bunch of buildings that, again, add a lot of fun details to a relatively random part of the Eastern Kingdoms. But the biggest thing going on here is this massive signpost that you can read, which says this way. And if you go in the direction that the sign suggests, you can find this classic looking dwarven tunnel that goes into Ironforge Mountain. But unlike other tunnels, as you reach the end, you can find a massive void. Now back in the day, this area used to lead to a pretty cool spot that I'll talk about another time. But nowadays, when you fall down here, you tend to just get auto disconnected over and over, which forces you to have to use the stuck character service to send your character back to a safe location.